how to create REST APIs. Now to create this REST APIs, we are going to take the help of Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. These are the things what we are going to do. Now, to start our backend development with Node.js, we will start with MongoDB. Instead of starting with Node.js, we will start with MongoDB. So first, we are going to learn the database part. Then we will enter into the Node.js and Express.js world. Now we are going to learn MongoDB as a database. So what is database? Anybody have the idea? What is database? So database is a software application. Remember, it is one of the software application. Database is a software application which is used to store and manage the data. So database is a software application using which we can store and manage the data. Manage the data means you can insert new data, you can update existing data, or you can delete the existing data also. Apart from that, we can perform a lot of operations on this data. We can sort the data, we can filter the data, we can access, modify, delete the data based on certain conditions also. Like this, we can do so many things, so many operations on our data. Now, there are different types of databases available in the market. So generally, your databases are divided into two types, structured and non-structured database. In structured database, all the data are properly structured. You have a proper structure for your data. So in structured database, if you want to store any data, then you are going to follow certain structure for that. So structure is defined in your structured databases. What do you mean by defining the structure? So you will pre-assume what kind of data you want to store, what amount of data you want to store. So everything will be decided accordingly. You will add the data in the structured database. But when it comes to non-structured database, here we are not going to follow any kind of structure. Based on the data, we will keep storing the data. We will keep storing the data in our database. So when it comes to non-structured database, so we have databases like Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. All this comes under your structured database. When it comes to non-structured database, here we have databases like MongoDB, we have Cassandra. These are the examples of non-structured database. So we are not going to learn all these database. As a part of our course, we are going to learn only MongoDB database. So we are just going to focus on MongoDB database. MongoDB database. When it comes to MongoDB database, in MongoDB database, we are going to store the data in an object format. Data will be stored in an object format. And that format in MongoDB we call as a document. So in MongoDB database, data will be stored in an object format called document. So every object in MongoDB database is called document. Every object in the MongoDB database is called document. Inside the document, we are going to store the data in key value pair. So data inside the MongoDB database, or we can say data inside the document, stored in a key value pair, in a key and value pair, where key and value pair is called fields, is called field. So every key value pair in the document is called field. So in MongoDB database, data will be stored in object format called document. Every object in the MongoDB database is called document. Data inside the document stored in a key value pair, where key and value pair is called field. The related documents are stored in a place called collection, in a place called collection. Means we can store all the related document at one place, and that place is called collection. So collection acts like table in your structured database. Collection acts like tables in structured database. So in your structured database, you are going to store the data in the table format. But when it comes to non-structured database, here we are going to store the data in the collections. So if you take the structured database, if you have like this one structured database, in that databases, we can create any number of tables. Like this, I can create table 1, I can create table 2, I can create table 3. Inside this table, we are going to create rows and columns. So inside your tables, you create rows and columns. Like this columns you will create rows. And here you will store the data. So if you see, you will have a database, you have a table. Inside that, you can create any number of rows. In every row, you will create columns. This is what the pattern we follow in the structured databases. But when it comes to non-structured database, especially MongoDB, in this, we are going to create something called collections. So your database is a collection of collections. Like this, you will have a lot of collections. In every collection, you are going to store object. In every collection, you will store objects. And these objects are called documents. These objects are called documents. And in every document, you will store properties. Are nothing but fields. We call as a fields. Field 1, like this, field 2, field 3. You can store any number of fields. You can store any number of fields. So here the structure will be, you will have a database. In every database, you can create any number of collections. In every collections, you can add any number of documents. Every document can have any number of fields. Your document can have any number of fields. So when it comes to structured database and non-structured database, both are databases. So you are going to compare in this way. In structured database, you will create tables. In non-structured database, you will create something called collections. So tables are compared with collections. In every table, you can add any number of rows. Here we can add any number of documents. In every row, you can create any number of columns. Here we can add any number of fields. We can add any number of fields. So in MongoDB database, we have to learn how to create database. We have to learn how to create collections. We have to learn how to add documents. And we need to learn how to add fields in the documents. And we need to learn how to perform CRUD operations. CRUD operations on databases. How to create databases, how to create collections, how to create documents, how to add fields in the document, how to perform CRUD operations on database. Now to create database, we have to install MongoDB server. To create databases, we have to install MongoDB server. Install MongoDB server. So once you install MongoDB server, inside that server, you can create databases. In every databases, you can create collections. In every collections, you can add documents. And in every document, you can add fields. Now, when it comes to non-structured database, here we are going to use a language called JavaScript. We are going to use a language called JavaScript to perform all these operations. When it comes to structured database, here you are going to use a language called SQL. You're going to use a language called SQL. To perform all these operations. That's why when you are learning MongoDB database, no need of learning SQL because it's a NoSQL database. Here we are going to use a language called JavaScript. So what is MongoDB? MongoDB is a database where we are going to store the data in the form of object called document. Every document contains multiple fields where each field is going to represent some information. And your fields will be in the key value pair. So now practically we have to see all this. So here, remember this architecture of MongoDB database. So when we are dealing with the MongoDB database, the first thing is we are going to install the server. We will install the server. We call it as a MongoDB server. Inside the MongoDB server, you can create any number of databases. You can create any number of databases like this. You can create any number of databases. You can create any number of databases. So all these are called databases. So here, everything is database. All this is our databases. In every database, we are going to create something called collections. In all the databases, we are going to create collections like this: collection 1, collection 2. Like this, we can create any number of collections. So all these are collections. In every collection, we are going to store documents. We can store like this any number of documents. In every collection, we are going to store documents. So here, this is called collection, and all these are called documents. And in every document, here we are going to add fields. In every document, we are going to add fields. This is how the architecture of your MongoDB database will be. So now first we have to learn how to install MongoDB server. Install MongoDB server. Now to install MongoDB server, the first step is open your browser. Open the browser and type following URL. That is mongodb.com. So go to the official website of mongodb.com. So open your browser and here type mongodb.com. Then click on this product option. Click on the product option. Then click on this community edition. Click on this community edition. Then scroll down. Click on download community. Okay, let me add here. Second step, click the products, then select community. Then click on download community. Button. Okay, see here. Open the browser and type the following URL, that is mongodb.com. You will land on this. Click on products option. Then click on community edition option. Then click on download community. The moment you click on this, it will take you to another page. Scroll down. Now here you will find this title, download community server, MongoDB community server download. So just scroll down. Now here you will find download button. So make sure you are selecting the package called .msi. By default, .msi will be selected. Select it, click on download button. Now it will download that .msi file. Okay, it's almost 700 MB file it is. So it will download. So third step is click on download button. It will download that .msi file. Fourth step, double click on .msi file. Okay, once it is downloaded, double click on .msi file. It's taking some time to download. So it's downloaded. Just double click on it. It will open that pop-up. You will get this pop-up. Okay. So click on the next option. Select this checkbox. I accept the terms and license and agreement. Again, click on next option. Okay, by default, complete will be selected, or it's not selected right now. If you see here, this next button is not enabled. Select this complete. Then here, one checkbox will be checked, install MongoDB as a service. So don't do anything. Just click on next. Now, whenever you will come to this pop-up, install MongoDB Compass. And by default, here this checkbox will be selected. Uncheck it. Don't install this Compass, guys. Don't install this Compass. Uncheck it. Click on the next button. And then click on the install button. Click on the install button. That's it. Very simple installation we have for this MongoDB. See once again. Once this .msi file is downloaded, double click on it. The moment you double click on it, one pop-up will come. So this pop-up will come. Click on next button. Select I accept the terms. Again, click on the next button. Then click on this complete button. So right now next is not enabled. So click on this complete. Then by default here it will be selected install MongoDB as a service. If it is not checked, check it and then click on next. Then you will land on this install MongoDB Compass. Here be very careful, guys. By default, this checkbox will be selected, unselected. So if you install MongoDB Compass, there is nothing wrong, but it will take a lot of time for you to install this tool. And this tool is not required for us. So unnecessarily, it will take your space. It will take a lot of time for installation. Plus unnecessarily, you will waste your data. That's why when it is not required, no need to install that tool. Click on next. Click on install button. It will take few seconds or maybe 1 minute. It will install MongoDB, and once it is installed, then it will just give you finish pop-up. Click on that finish pop-up. So right now I'm canceling it. Once it is installed, you will get that finish pop-up. Click on finish. So double click on .msi file, and I will just add here fifth point, follow the process as explained in the class. Now, once MongoDB server is installed, now we have to check, verify whether it is installed or not. Verify the MongoDB server is installed or not. Now, how to verify it? It's very simple. Go to C drive. Go to C drive. Click on program files. And check the folder MongoDB is present or not. Check the folder MongoDB is present or not. So I have to go to my C drive. This is my C drive. Go to program files and check here MongoDB folder is present or not. See, MongoDB folder is present. Double click on that MongoDB folder. You will see a folder called server. Double click on it. Now you should find 7 or 8 or maybe 8 or 9, whatever latest version you will download, you will find that version number. So by default, I have installed both the versions 7, 8. Double click on that version and then just check whether you have this folder or not, data and bin. Double click on bin and then check whether you have this file called MongoD or whether you have MongoD or not, you have to check. So type will be application. MongoD type will be application. So if you find all this, it means successfully you have installed MongoDB server in your system. MongoDB server is successfully installed in your system. So server, here some version like 8.0, then bin and check MongoD. Check MongoD is there or. This is how we have to verify MongoDB server. So what we have done, we have installed a MongoDB server. MongoDB server is installed, not database, guys. Remember, MongoDB server is installed. Inside this server, we can create databases. We can create MongoDB databases. We can create any number of databases. Now you are a developer. Here you are a developer. So you are a developer. Now, as a developer, you have to connect with this MongoDB server. As a developer, you have to connect with this MongoDB server so that you can perform required operation. Now, to connect with this MongoDB server, we have multiple options. So we can use one tool called Mongo Client. We can use a tool called Mongo Type. And this is called CLI tool. So as a developer, what we need to do now, using this Mongo Client tool, we can connect with this MongoDB server. And using this Mongo Client tool, so Mongo Client means basically the tool name will be Mongo Shell. Let me add here the tool name also. So basically we call all the Mongo Client only, but the tool name is Mongo Shell. Mongo Shell is the tool name. So as a developer, directly we cannot connect. So we required one Mongo Client. So as a developer, using this Mongo Shell, we are going to connect with this MongoDB server. This is one option we have. And using this Mongo Shell, we can perform required operations on this MongoDB server. Like we can create databases, collections, we can add documents, we can access documents, we can do so many operations. Another option is you can use any software application. You can use any backend application like Node.js, Express.js, Spring Boot, .NET, ASP.NET MVC, PHP, Python, all these kind of applications we can use. So we can use applications to connect with this MongoDB server and do the required operations. Next one is tool. We can use some UI tools. Nothing but we call it as a GUI, graphical user interface tools. Like one of the tool is MongoDB Compass, which we did not install. So using this tool also, as a developer, we can connect with this MongoDB server. So there are three ways to connect with this MongoDB server. The people who are explicitly working only on database, the people who are working only as a database, like database developers or database administrator, they will go with MongoDB shell. The people who are working explicitly on databases, like database developer or database administrators, they will work using this Mongo shell. The people who are full stack engineers, they will use some applications. Like in our case, we will be using Node Express. Java people will use Spring Boot. .NET people will use ASP.NET. PHP people will use Laravel. Python people will use Django or Flask. So in our case, we are going to use Node.js. GUI. So GUI is a tool which will be used by the people who don't have technical knowledge. So as a technical person, we will never use this tool. This will be used by managers who don't have much technical knowledge, product owners who don't have much technical knowledge, but they want to manage databases. In that case, they will use this tool. So it provides all the GUI. It will provide one button, create database. If you click on that button, database will be created. You will have one button called collection. If you click on that, collection will be created. Like this, it will provide you some GUI so that using that you can perform the required operations. So in our course, we are going to learn how to connect our MongoDB server using Mongo shell and using application. These two parts we are going to see. So now to work with this Mongo shell, we have to install Mongo shell also. Install the Mongo shell. Now how to install this Mongo shell? It's very simple. Again, the same steps we have to follow. First, open the browser and search for download MongoDB shell. Go to the browser and search for MongoDB shell download or download MongoDB shell. Whatever you want, you can add. You will get first link, MongoDB shell download. Just click on this. If you click on this, directly you will land on that MongoDB shell page, download page. Scroll down. So by default, zip is selected. Now here select .msi. Select the package as MSI. Click on download button. That's it. So second step, select .msi file and click on download button. That's it. This is what we have to do, guys. Now it will take some time to download. It's already downloaded. Go to downloads. You will see here this Mongo SH. Mongo SH is nothing but Mongo shell. It is downloaded. Now just double click on it. One pop-up will come. It will ask you to welcome to the MongoDB shell setup wizard. Click on next. Okay. Click on next. Click on install. That's it. Click on install. What do you need to do? Double click on it. Click on next. Click on next. Install. Click on install. That's it. A very simple installation. So select .msi file, click on download button, third step. Double click on .msi file and follow the process. That's it. Mongo shell will be downloaded. So we have installed two things. We have installed right now Mongo shell and we have installed server. We have installed MongoDB server. Now we have to connect our Mongo shell with this MongoDB server. We have to connect it. So how to connect our Mongo shell with MongoDB server? The first way, the first approach is go to your C drive. Go to C drive. Go to program files and check the folder Mongo shell. Under MongoDB, you should get one more folder called Mongo shell. Double click on it. Then here you will have one option called Mongo shell, whose type is application. Just double click on it. Just double click on it. It will open one terminal that is Mongo shell. It will open this terminal. Just here, if you see, your cursor is blinking. Your cursor is blinking. Just press on enter button. That's it. The moment you press on enter button, you are connected with MongoDB server. That's it. This is how we connect with MongoDB server. Now here you will find this one, test. Whenever you get test, it means successfully you have connected MongoDB shell with your server. Now using this MongoDB shell, using this Mongo shell, you can write, you can add commands to work with Mongo server. Nothing but MongoDB server. To work with MongoDB server, to do required operations on this MongoDB server, we are going to use commands. We are going to add commands. So you can clear it. So this is Mongo shell. If you want to close it, you can type exit. It will be closed. You can type exit, click on enter, it will be closed. So what you have to do? Go to the C drive. Go to the C drive. Go to the program files. Check Mongo shell folder. Double click on it. You will get Mongo sh. Just double click on it. One terminal will open. Press on enter button. That's it. It will connect with you MongoDB server. If you get like this test and if your cursor is waiting here, it means you have successfully connected with your MongoDB server. If you want to clear this, just type CLS. All that will be cleared. Now here we can add some commands to perform the required operation. This is one way. If you want to exit, you can directly close it or else just type exit and press on enter button. You will come out of. This is one way. Another way is, if you are using Windows, open your command prompt. Open your command prompt. Now here, just type Mongo sh. You have to type just Mongo sh and press on enter button. That's it. You will be connecting with your server. Clear it. Now here we can add the commands. So instead of going to the C drive, searching for going in program files, then Mongo shell and double clicking on it, the best way is open your command prompt. Everybody knows how to open command prompt. And just type here Mongo sh. Press on enter button. You will be able to connect. CLS, we can add the required commands. We can add the required commands. Okay. Understood, guys? So we started our discussion with what is backend development. Then I told in which sequence we are going to learn backend. We started with MongoDB. So MongoDB is just a database. So there are two types of databases, structured and non-structured. MongoDB comes under non-structured database. We have seen how we store the data in the MongoDB. Now to work with this MongoDB database, we have to install MongoDB server. So we have installed MongoDB server. And to connect with that MongoDB server, we required one more application, that is MongoDB shell. We have installed MongoDB shell and we have seen how to connect with our MongoDB server. Apart from that, I have explained what is the architecture of MongoDB database. So to work with MongoDB database, we required MongoDB server. Inside that, we can create any number of databases. In every database, you can create any number of collections. In every collection, you can create any number of documents. And in every document, you can add any number of fields. You can add any number of fields. So now, today, everybody has to install MongoDB server. Everybody has to install MongoDB shell. Everyone has to install MongoDB server. Everyone has to